For that very long delay and suffering through it with us, Paul Feinbaum. We so appreciate you. And a reminder that the Natty is on Monday, January 20th, right here on ESPN.
All right, coming up, still looking for some last-minute advice on tonight's bowl. And there are the quarterbacks for Texas. Multiple ones. By the way, there's Sark, too. Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning. Will we see a package of plays for Arch, the backup, or will we see Quinn, number 3, lead the entire Longhorns offense? Our reporters catching up with both coaches. Let's start with Laura Rutledge, who was with Steve Sarkisian moments ago.
Sark, we just saw you FaceTiming your parents. What was that conversation like for you?
You know, I FaceTime him before every game. My dad, for the longest time, stood on the sidelines with me, and obviously he's getting older. He's getting ready to turn 89. And but they're our biggest fans, our biggest supporters, so I just love touching base with them.
I love it. It's so cool. How do you approach this game from a play calling standpoint with your strategy?
Well, I think one of the keys is we got to remain aggressive. That's who we are as an offensive football team. We've been a fast starting team as well, so have they. So we got to make sure we run our best stuff and execute it early on.
Good luck.
Thanks, Laura.
Let's go to Holly with Ryan Day.
Well, Coach Day, this season's going longer than ever. Your pump-up speech at the Rose Bowl was an all-timer. How do you find the words to motivate again for tonight?
Well, it's not about that. You know, it's about the work you put in and the preparation and everything like that. You can't just say one thing before a game and think that you're going to turn a team on. It takes, 48 hours to get your body, your mind, your soul ready to go play in a game like this. The intensity will be at an all-time high. Our guys are excited about it.
Sometimes they say you got to affect the opposing quarterback to win the game. You know the opposing quarterback very well. Quinn Ewers played for you. You signed him early. What can you do to impact him?
Well, first off, when you talk about disrupting a quarterback, there's a lot that comes with it. It isn't just one thing. Certainly the D-line, the rush has to do their part. The coverage has to do their part. And he's a very, very good quarterback. So we know we got a great challenge tonight. But we're excited about it. We know it's going to go 4 quarters. We want to start fast, but then finish strong.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Joe Fortenbaugh, our sports betting analyst, is back, although when he's talking bad about your team, he's Joe Fortenbaugh humbug. What side do you like looking at college football in this Buckeyes Longhorns?
Plenty of time in between to work that one up. That was nicely done there. I like the Buckeyes here, minus the 6. People think the number has gotten a little bit away, maybe a little bit overvalued. They said the same thing in 2019 about that Joe Burrow LSU team. That could be, operative word could be, what we're seeing here. 83 points, 973 total yards in 2 playoff games so far. Suffice it to say, the 3-week stretch between the Michigan disaster and the playoffs has served this team well. This really comes down to Texas, in my opinion. I don't think they can put together 60 solid minutes in this game. They turned a 31-10 lead into a 31-24 game against Clemson. 17-3 lead against Arizona State led to double overtime. Best team they played, your Bulldogs lost to them twice. Now, on top of that, I take the Texas team total and I go under 22.5 points. This comes down to Quinn Ewers. Against cover 1 this season, number 3 in QB rating in the entire country. Shreds it. Against cover 2, 64th in QB rating. He's average. Guess which defense Ohio State's been deploying more of in the postseason? Cover 2. I think they limit what Texas does tonight.
By the way, you talk about limitations this season, Quinn. 7 air yards per attempt. That's 15th lowest among qualified quarterbacks.
Ohio State's defense has been fantastic. Give us a player prop you like in this game.
Ohio State running back Travion Henderson, receiving yards, not rushing. 19.5, we're going to go over. Since the postseason started, they have gotten him more involved in the passing game. What do I mean by that? 2 playoff games, 3.5 receptions, 37 receiving yards per game. What was it in the regular season? 1.5 receptions, 11 receiving yards per game. You got to love the matchup, too. The Texas linebacking unit has struggled to cover opposing running backs coming out of the backfield. You just saw it last week against Cam Scadaboo in Arizona State, and that wasn't the first time. I think Henderson has a nice game in the passing attack tonight.
Some context. Henderson with 20 or more receiving yards in each of the Buckeyes' past 3 games.
How about that?
Oh, thank you. And you didn't offend anybody here on that segment.
Wow, shocked.
We aim to please.
Didn't bet on that.